In a candid conversation at the International Film Festival of India, 54th edition, the director of Catching Dust shared insights into his Indian heritage, filmmaking journey and the unique challenges faced during the creation of his directorial debut. The director, whose mother hails from Bangalore, expressed a deep connection to his Indian roots, even though it was his first visit back to the country. Recounting his childhood in a small mining town, KGF, the director, mentioned the distinctive Indian household ambience he experienced, resonating with a broader Indian community in the UK. Watch this special interview.
Can you tell us a bit about that? Your mom's from
Yeah, so my mum was born in Bangalore. She was born in a small mining town, KGF. You know, they made a film about it. But at the time, my grandparents left and came to the UK when she was very young. And but we still, even though this is my first time coming back, we still felt like a very Indian household, and we were part of a much bigger Indian community in London. Like, I mean, I don't know how much awareness you have here in India, but in the UK, in London, in the UK, it's like so many of us. So you always feel like you're connected to the motherland, even though you don't live there. And that's been an important part of my identity. Actually, my dad left when I was very young, so my mum raised me. I grew up in an Indian household, and I came out looking very white. My brother and my cousins don't look like me. But yeah, so I feel part of that, very much part of the community. And coming back here, it feels like home. It's very difficult to describe.
And Catching Dust has been to many festivals, 3 big headlining festivals in a year. How does that feel?
Incredible. You know, you make a film in a vacuum in a way. I learned actually recently that as a filmmaker, you just have to have complete confidence in your own choices. You can't make films hoping someone else might think this or think that. You have to let your instinct drive you, and then hope that once it's done, that people will respond to it. And to have, yeah, you're right. I mean, I was saying to my producers last night when we were at dinner, it's so surreal that the film has had the reception that it has, and it feels, you know, really humbling, honestly.
And it is your directorial debut.
Yeah.
Feature film, so
Yeah.
that makes it even more special.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Yeah, it's really crazy.
And your earlier short films were based on very serious themes, actually. And how did you make the shift to a more humane and psychological kind of film?
Yeah. I feel like I'm a director who can be very versatile, actually. And although the films topically are very different, there's core themes of like universal human struggle that runs throughout all of them. And I'd like to think all my films will have that. So even though, yeah, on the surface they feel very different, they're probably more connected than it seems from the outside.
And you found it difficult to get a location because you wanted a desert area and all. And even though the story is based in Texas, you had to scout for different places. How did you land up in Canary Islands?
Yeah, so we scouted the Big Bend, Texas, where the film's set, and we scouted other parts of the western part of America. It was surprising how difficult it was to find what we needed. It existed, it was everywhere. The problem is America's very protected. It's not a problem, that's a good thing. American land is very protected. And the problem from a filming perspective was that the most beautiful places always were the ones that were the most protected, and you couldn't do the kind of things you needed to do from a filming sense. And then the Canary Islands came up, was the producers brought it up to me because a lot of films were shooting there. I couldn't understand how it could work. And they sent me to go scouting. I was shocked at how amazing it was. And we were able to get full 360-degree views. We had enough control over the land to do what we needed to do without damaging it. And it just worked perfectly. I was shocked at how much it looked like West Texas.
And you must be having a lot of patience, because nowadays with these quick reels and everything, data is so easy to access. But you shot in a 35mm, and then you had to have the patience to go back and see it all over again. So how was that whole experience?
Yeah, it's kind of scary. You do realize that social media has made and the streamers have allowed our focus and concentration to be minuscule. But as a filmmaker, you kind of just have to make the films that you want to make. I think that actually, in a way, films like this are an antidote to the 30-second bias. I think we need everything, and I think it just falls within part of that spectrum.
And you have big actors in your film, people who have done films for Marvel and for DC. So how was it bringing them to this kind of a setup?
It was amazing. I mean, I knew. I mean, they've done a lot of films outside of the stuff that most people know them for. I knew the ability they had, and I think that they really responded to the script in a way that was incredible. I mean, they gave so much to this film. It was amazing, and I had a lot of trust in them, and they had a lot of trust in me, which I was very grateful for because they didn't need to do that. I was a first-time filmmaker, but I think they showed how incredible they are outside of the work which they do, which is incredible. But they showed a completely different side to them, and in a way that I think will be quite exciting for audiences.
You've grown up with a lot of Indian culture around you. Did you watch a lot of Bollywood movies?
Bollywood, I've got to be honest, Bollywood was, I grew up with more, like, say, Satyajit Ray. Because it's more like my style of filmmaking. I love Bollywood, but he was someone that I studied a lot, actually, just watching as a filmmaker, and he's one of the greatest filmmakers ever, and he really spoke to me. So, yeah, to be honest, I don't watch a lot of modern cinema no matter where it's from, actually. I'm someone who would rather watch a Satyajit Ray film 300 times than watch some modern thing that's not very good, you know. Yeah. I'm definitely more someone who's obsessed with the classics than.
How long are you here in Goa?
Goa for another 2 days. Actually, no, I leave tomorrow and then I go to Bangalore to visit my mum's hometown.
First time.
First time, yeah.
Are you taking a lot of stories back from India?
Oh, of course. Of course.
Anything that translated to a film?
Maybe not now, but I would I would love to make films here. Honestly, I would. We'll see how things develop, but I would honestly love to make films here. And I've made films like about the Asian diaspora in the UK. I would love to do that here. Yeah.
There's a lot of awareness about Indian films and all, I think, even in the UK.
Oh, massively. It's huge. It's so difficult to understand without being there, but like when Indians go somewhere, like the culture is very much alive, like in every way, cinema, food, just who we are, our nature, that family, community kind of thing, the respect and stuff is very much alive and kicking.
What is a future film? Are you planning to take it around for more festivals or
Say again, sorry?
going to the screens?
This Catching Dust? Yeah, we'll know the next step for it soon. It may be another festival, but we'll find out soon. It's more a question for the producers, but yeah, right now the focus is IFFI.
And are you watching a lot of movies at IFFI?
I will, yeah, there's so many to watch. Yeah, I'm going to try and watch as many as I can when I'm here. Yeah.